Health and wellness brands strategically position themselves as organizations that prioritize the well-being of the consumer above all else. But beyond their strategic marketing communications and the brand image they paint for consumers, do they actually follow through on their promise? Through the lens of public relations and public relations ethics, this research examines 4 health and wellness organizations and evaluates the ethicality of their breast cancer marketing campaigns. The findings show that at least 2 of these campaigns were ethically designed and executed, suggesting increased attention may now be paid to the relationship between cause-related marketing campaigns and brand reputation. To start, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of background information on corporate social responsibility. The term is used to describe an organization's efforts to act as ethical corporate citizens by supporting various social and environmental causes. Recently, it's become an increasingly significant component of organizational communication. The growing trend in corporate social responsibility may be reflective of the benefits it's proved to offer businesses in the past, including increased media attention, higher profits, and strengthened brand loyalty. Cause-related marketing is one component of corporate social responsibility often employed by brands. Cause-related marketing involves a partnership agreement between a for-profit brand and a nonprofit organization. Typically, the brand agrees to donate a portion of their profits to the nonprofit organization each time a consumer purchases their product. Cause-related marketing has become a reliable and frequently used vehicle for corporate social responsibility, and is often used to promote a company's brand image, and product. So now a little bit about pinkwashing. One cause that has gained a notable amount of engagement from cause-related marketing campaigns is breast cancer awareness. Unfortunately, however, several of these campaigns have been observed to mislead consumers or promote products that have cancer-causing ingredients. This practice has become known as pinkwashing. Multiple factors contribute to the frequency of pinkwashing. Perhaps the most significant is the lack of legal regulation and oversight on cause-related branding efforts. New York is the only state that implements best practice guidelines for cause-related marketing campaigns, but even then there's no sanctions for failure to comply with these rules. As a result, organizations across the country that participate in cause-related marketing co-ventures don't have to be transparent in their efforts and aren't required to disclose the amount of proceeds they donate to the cause. In addition to lack of legal regulation, pinkwashing campaigns are further fueled by the fact that the iconic pink ribbon, historically known as an indication of breast cancer survivorship and support, is not and will not be trademarked. As a result, brands can freely and legally use it however they'd like, and often do so in advertising. So for the sake of time, I'm not going to go through the full literature review of corporate social responsibility, but I want to point to the key takeaway that there's been an increased focus on it over time. Likewise, in reviewing the literature on pinkwashing, it was found that in the past 7 years, there's been a large body of research published that criticized corporations for the ill effects of pinkwashing campaigns. So my research question for this project was, are health and wellness brands that currently endorse breast cancer campaigns guilty of pinkwashing? Based on the growing attention being paid to corporate social responsibility, misleading cause-related marketing campaigns, and the impact they've proven to have on brand performance, I'm expecting the results to show fewer instances of pinkwashing than previously documented. The NFL's 2016 Pinkwash breast cancer campaign and the highly publicized media frenzy that ensued serves to illustrate why brands might be less likely to engage in pinkwashing. It is predicted that cases like this may have prompted many public relations professionals to weigh the risks and rewards of participating in cause-related marketing. As a result, brands might have decided to promote cause-related marketing campaigns that profile social concerns that are less controversial or can't directly be linked back to their products. Okay, so through the lens of public relations and public relations ethics, my research examines the the breast cancer marketing campaigns of Aveda, Soft and Dry, Clinique, and Avon. Each of these brands are currently selling one or more products that are marketed as part of a breast cancer campaign. The information I collected about each of these brands included marketing messages regarding the campaign and information about the products being used to endorse them. Marketing messages that promoted the campaign included advertisements created by the brand, information provided on their website, and the labels on their products. To determine the ethicality of each campaign, I analyzed these messages according to the Public Relations Society of America (PRSA) Member Code of Ethics. The PRSA Member Code of Ethics underscores 6 core values within the public relations profession that are used to guide their practice. They include advocacy, honesty, expertise, independence, loyalty, and fairness. Now I used the PRSA Member Code of Ethics qualitatively to analyze the brand campaign messages and determine how it adheres to the general values of the public relations profession. This reflects the work of Carlson and Lee, who wrote that public relations ethics are most appropriate because these public relations professionals are most often responsible for facilitating the cause-related marketing partnerships that start these campaigns, and they focus on building relationships with the public and with other with other organizations, rather than looking at sales alone. So the campaigns I looked at was Avon's Breast Cancer Crusade, Soft and Dry's Play for Pink initiative, Avita's Estee Lauder Company's Breast Cancer Campaign, and Clinique's Estee Lauder Company's Breast Cancer Campaign. You'll notice the last two both fall under Estee Lauder's brand, and that's because these are subsidiary companies of Estee Lauder. Okay, so my results were really interesting. Avon's Breast Cancer Crusade campaign proved to adhere to a number of core values outlined in the PRSA Member Code of Ethics, and that kind of suggested to me that they're not guilty of pinkwashing. Specifically, the campaign's high level of disclosure and transparency regarding how and where the funds raised by the campaign were allocated embodied the values of honesty, expertise, and fairness. According to the PRSA, the value of honesty should be maintained by, quote, adhering to the higher standards of accuracy and truth. Avon's campaign reflected this by disclosing precise and truthful information on marketing materials, such as the advertisement displayed on the screen. This ad communicated with consumers that Avon will donate 20% of net profits raised from select products to the Avon Foundation for Women. They also disclosed that there's a donation cap of $1 million, and this represents the 2017 calendar year. This kind of related to the work of Carlson and Lee, who found the opposite in another campaign. And they wrote that when campaigns mislead consumers by failing to disclose caps on donations, like Avon's $1 million cap, that practitioners violate the PRSA's honesty component, because this is a deceptive practice. The Avon Breast Cancer Crusade campaign also demonstrated adherence to the values of expertise and fairness. According to the PRSA, the value of expertise requires campaign organizers to, quote, acquire and responsibly use specialized knowledge and experience. In the case of Avon's campaign, the specialized knowledge and experience was the information they included about how and where the funds raised by the campaign were allocated. This is information the general public would not have had access to otherwise. In disclosing this information, the campaign also demonstrated fairness because it provided consumers with a holistic understanding of the campaign. If they didn't disclose that 20% of proceeds are donated to the cause for only select products like the 4 on the screen, consumers might have been shopping for Avon products thinking they're helping the cause when in fact they're not. Unlike Avon's campaign, Soft and Dry's breast cancer campaign violated multiple values outlined by the PRSA Member Code of Ethics. This was because they provided extremely limited information about their campaign and the fundraising process on their website, marketing materials, and product labels. As you can see on the screen, the only information provided by Soft and Dry regarding their breast cancer campaigns is a small indication on the cap of their products and this few sentence statement that I pulled from their website. Information that may be pertinent to consumers, such as the amount of money being donated to the organization per item sold, or whether or not there is a cap on the amount being donated, is completely void from all their communication materials. I actually had to contact the organization directly via email to find that they're actually only donating $10,000 annually, which is kind of small in comparison to their annual revenue. So the fact that this information is not provided illustrates a lack of transparency from the brand. Such conditions are in violation of the PRSA Code of Ethics value of fairness, expertise, and honesty. It is not unlikely that some consumers probably purchase soft and dry products, like the one shown on the screen, thinking that they're contributing to the cause, again, when they might not be. If Soft and Dry already exceeded their donation cap, for instance, the brand's just directly profiting off misleading advertising messages. Interestingly, when Yoplait acted in a nearly identical manner, the state of Georgia launched an investigation and actually made them pay the beneficiary $63,000 additional dollars because of this deceptive practice. The parallels between the two cases call into question whether or not similar action should be taken with Soft and Dry. Avita's breast cancer awareness marketing was the most transparent of all I studied, and thus it proved to be the most ethical and certainly not guilty of pinkwashing. Concurrent with the findings from Avon's campaign, Avita's breast cancer initiative embodied the PRSA member code of ethics value of accuracy, expertise, and fairness. Likewise, these values were manifested in high level of disclosure regarding where the funds raised by the campaigns are allocated. This explicit and holistic communication rules out any suspicion of pinkwashing. If you can see on the screen, I'm sorry, I know it might be a bit blurry, but this is a screenshot of a product page on Avita's website. This is actually from one of the only products the brand sells that that is used to endorse their campaign. And you can see it includes copy that indicates the precise amount of money being donated per unit sold, as well as the brand's donation cap of $331,000 US. Moreover, the brand includes specific information regarding how the money will be used, and they cite that the donations will, quote, support research for focusing on environmental and lifestyle factors that could possibly affect the risk of breast cancer. The brand goes further and also specifies that donations will not be used to support any research that involves animals. As previously cited, this degree of transparency reflects the Public Relations Society member code of ethics and the value of honesty because it holds itself to, quote, the highest standard of accuracy and truth. It also adheres to expertise and fairness because it shares specialized knowledge with the public that is not otherwise accessible and acts in the general public's best interest. Finally, in analyzing Clinique's breast cancer campaign, I found that they might be a suspect of pinkwashing, but I can't be sure. While the brand indicates that $10 will be donated to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation to, quote, find a cure in our lifetime, they don't disclose any information regarding how long the campaign will operate and whether or not there's a cap on donations. While this might seem like it violates the PRSA member code of ethics, I can't say it as fact because hypothetically if they don't have a cap on donations and they do plan on halting production of these products that are marketed as breast cancer awareness campaign products, then technically they're not acting unethically. And while that seems unlikely, Oakley did the exact same thing. So, with the results indicating that at least half of the campaigns analyzed above are ethically grounded, the findings support the hypothesis that pinkwashing campaigns may be declining. In relation to previous research, these findings could prove to capture a turning point in the history of marketing, where the ill effects of cause-related marketing campaigns and their influence on brand reputation is causal to improvements of the ethicality of breast cancer marketing messages. The idea of pinkwashing and its relationship with brand reputation correlates to concepts discussed throughout this semester